okay, so Batavia 3-0 on the season. For Palmyra-Macedon, can they shorten up this game? Now, they're not going to start on offense, but if they can get off the field and have nice long drives, that's going to go a long way here for them tonight.
Yeah, head coach Jason Minneman told us earlier this week the key for his defense, matching the intensity of this Blue Devil offense and their physicality for 4 quarters. We know that this Batavia offense can score points. They've put up 40 points, at least 40 points in their 3 victories so far this young season.
Anderson and Arroyo will be deep back here for the Blue Devils, as will Jamison Richardson, number 11. So a lot of different players will be calling tonight here for the Blue Devils. Certainly they have a wealth of talent on the offensive side of the ball. Keegan Hostry will be the kickoff specialist here for visiting Palmac. Palmac coming off a loss to Newark. And we're ready now for the A+ junk removal kickoff. A+ junk, we want your junk. And it'll be return on the near side and breaking 1 tackle, and the Blue Devils get it up to near midfield. We'll take a look at the William Mattar starting lineups. Bert McCarr, call William Mattar. As for the Blue Devils, Jesse Reinhardt at quarterback, Aiden Anderson at running back. We'll also see number 11, Jamison Richardson at the running back position tonight as well. Abel Hammer at right tackle. Parker Kleinbach is your right guard. Center is Garrett Schmidt. Matthew McQueffy is your left guard, and your left tackle, Austin Fernandez. Look at the skill position players after this 1st and 10 play. Batavia in the home blue, and the quarterback, Jesse Reinhardt. Reinhardt will take the snap, and he hands it off left side. And Palmyra-Macedon able to make the tackle for Palmac. Luke Herendeen. Aiden Anderson, Jamison Richardson. We'll also see a wide receiver, Cooper Fix, number 5, Vincent Arroyo, number 4, and Javen McFarland's number 1. That was a gain of 5. This will bring up 2nd down and 5 as Batavia already in Palmyra-Macedon territory. We'll set the Palmac defense. They run a 4-4 as their safety is Hostry. Here's the play action. As the deep ball, Reinhardt on the far side. It's going to be caught inside the 15, inside the 10 to the 5, diving for the pylon. It's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow.
Touchdown. Number 4, Vincent Arroyo, 49 yards.
That is not how you wanted to start the game if you're the Palmac defense. Boy, 2nd play from scrimmage, and you see Arroyo get behind the secondary of Palmac for the long 49-yard touchdown pass. Batavia taking the early lead on a Vincent Arroyo completion.
That play good for a kangaroo 1st down, and also was good for a touchdown as well. Another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. And we're not even a minute into this game, 56 seconds into this game as the kick goes up. And it's going to be missed by Julia Petrie. 7-0 is our score already, and the illuminating expression scoring summary. 2 plays going 54 yards and the 49-yard touchdown pass going from Reinhardt to Arroyo.
Boy, you hope that Palmac can kind of shake it off and get back in this game. That's certainly not how they wanted to start it, but you saw early with those first 2 plays, Batavia up front really kind of pushing around the Red Raider defensive line, and then of course the speed of Arroyo to get behind that secondary for the early score.
3rd member of our broadcast team, Kevin Roche. We say good evening, Kevin.
Earlier this week, we talked with Batavia head coach Brennan Briggs about his team and maybe what their weakness is after stumling through the first 3 weeks of the season. He told us it's all mental for his team. They challenge them every day in practice, breaking the groups down so that they're prepared when adversity does come and will at some point this season. They'll defeat it, guys.
Thank you, Kevin. It is Petrie to kick this one off. Puts her left hand in the air. And Batavia leading 6-0 as Petrie will put it on the far side and it'll roll out of bounds. So now Mac to take over. Once again, our starting lineups presented by William Mattar, as Luke Herendeen is your left tackle, Evan Cooper your left guard, Carson DeMarle is your center, Eamon Dennison is your right guard, and Spencer Knapp is your right tackle. Quarterback Devin McCoy, Jacob Day is your running back. Fullback Ivan Reynolds Diaz, Jacob Meyer, and Matt Dardini are your wide receivers for the visiting Palmac Red Raiders. We will give you the Batavia starting defense after this 1st and 10 play at the 45 play. 2 receivers on the near boundary. A handoff going inside, and it'll be a gain of 1 on the play.
Lots of intensity out of this Blue Devil defensive line first play of the game, and you know they're just going to want to try and bully this offensive line of the Red Raiders throughout the course of the night. They've been pretty stout through 3 weeks with wins over Bishop Kearney 41-0, 41-8 over Attica, and then blanking Geneva just last week 42-0.
Jacob Day getting the gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9. As McCoy out of the shotgun, man going into motion. And the handoff, and we're going to get movement before. While we have the penalty, let's give you the starting defense here for the Batavia team. Abel Hammer and Carter Wazalewski are your defensive ends. Austin Fernandez and Dan Seva are your tackles. Seva tonight, new number, he's wearing number 21. 4 defensive linemen, and there are 4 linebackers. Aiden Anderson and Vincent Arroyo are on the outside. Caden Marucci and Matthew McWetty are your inside linebackers. Javen McFarland and Jesse Reinhardt are your corners, and Carter McFarland is your free safety. 2nd down and 5 after the penalty going against Batavia. So nice down and distance here for visiting Palmac. As McCoy out of the shotgun takes the snap. McCoy, and he'll hand off right up the middle for a gain of 2 to bring up 3rd down, and trying to stay on the field here for Palmyra-Macedon. That's going to certainly be a key here. 3rd and 2 for the Red Raiders.
And Jacob Day looking like he saw a little daylight there, tripped up on his own feet, and a short gain, 3rd and short, and they're certainly going to want to try and, as we mentioned at the beginning here, shorten this game as quickly, or lengthen this game as long as they can, try to keep that offense off of for Batavia on the sideline and off the field.
Jesse Reinhardt, the quarterback, he's going to be the corner lined up to the near side here for Batavia. Devin McCoy on 3rd down and 2. Takes the snap, and it'll be a handoff right between the tackles, and plowing ahead and following Carson Delmare, the center. That's a gain of 3 for the Red Raiders. They get the 1st down. Jacob Day, who we'll talk about coming up at the half. Jacob Day certainly has a lot on his plate. Biology, lacrosse player. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
Absolutely. And head coach Jason Miniman kind of slowing things down a little bit, getting his offense into a little bit of a groove here. Some conservative play calling to get that 1st down. And let's see if they open things up here as they kind of matriculate down the field, Gene.
That play good for another Kangaroo 1st down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it. And keeping it on the ground, and that's going to be Day. And Day, well, not going to find just a wall of blue, well, maybe a half yard on the play. Ivan Reynolds Diaz, the fullback, trying to lead the way there. They'll give him 1 to bring up 2nd down and 9. Impressive stadium here at Batavia, Danger. First time out here under the lights.
Absolutely, and a great environment around the entire football program here in Batavia. Strong tradition, a storied history, and lots of excitement here Friday night in Batavia, the first broadcast on TV for this program.
Jacob Meyer, one of the 2 receivers on the far side here on this 2nd down and 9 play. McCoy takes the snap, and he's under pressure, and he's going to be spun down. That's Aiden Anderson with the sack all the way back to the 38-yard line.
That'll be an 8-yard loss. 3rd and 18 now from 38-yard line.
Called 3rd down and 18.
Just taking a glance at the beautiful scoreboard here at Vendetta Stadium. I think they're being generous to Palmac. They gave them a 3 extra points here, Gene.
Yeah.
Spotted them 3 points.
I think so. It's actually 6-0 is the play action, throwing it and trying to get to the fullback, Reynolds Diaz, and the ball stripped, goes incomplete. So Palmac able to pick up 1 first down. Now they'll have to put it away.
Yeah, and Batavia's defense sniffed that out right away. They've been getting good penetration so far this game. And boy, you know what? You're going to have to see, as we talked about at the beginning of the game, Palmac kind of match the intensity of what Batavia is bringing to the field tonight.
Vincent Arroyo. Deep back here for the Blue Devils.
At the bottom of 23,
Keegan Hostry takes the snap, and Hostry will get off a low wobbler that Arroyo will take the 31 to the 40, the 45, and he's knocked out of bounds in front of the Palmac bench all the way to the Red Raider 48-yard line. Batavia off to the 6-0 lead here. This is William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester.
At the 48.
And it'll be Batavia here. Boy, they have an opportunity to get up by 2 scores here, and we're not even at the midway point of this first quarter. Javen McFarland's on the near side. And the pressure, and that's going to result in Reinhardt being taken down. No gain on the play.
Good pursuit by the Red Raider defense on that play, as Reinhardt with the option deciding to keep it and not getting anything on that play.
Ivan Reynolds Diaz coming up to make the tackle, finish him off. You know, with that quick drive last time at Batavia, we never gave you the starting defense here for Palmac. So starting lineup presented by William Attar. Bert Nakar call William Attar. Eamon Dennison and Aiden Reed are your defensive tackles. Aiden Grappenstetter and Luke Herendine are your tackles. Jacob Day and Mason Bach, your outside backers. The aforementioned Ivan Reynolds Diaz and Jacob Meyer are your inside backers. As there'll be the flare out, the wheel route to the near side, and that's going to have a lot of room for the first down. Makes a man miss. And going deep down to the 20-yard line. Big play for Batavia.
Carter McFarland showing some moves, a little bit of wiggle there on the sideline to juke a defender there for the Red Raiders, and a big gain that puts Batavia back in business and back in the red zone.
Normally you don't see a fullback with those sort of moves, but Batavia has just got wealth everywhere on offense. Ball at the 21-yard line here. That was good for another first down. Kangaroo, Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it. Arroyo on the far side, 2 receivers to the near boundary. The handoff going inside, and that is going to go right up the middle. And down inside the 10-yard line, going number 44, Aiden Anderson.
He'll gain 14 yards down to the 7-yard line.
That'll be a gain of 14, and another Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo, if we hop to it. And we are in the red zone now, the Connors and Ferris Injury Law red zone. A 6-0 game. Batavia knocking on the door already.
Aiden Anderson on that last call. Great athlete for Batavia, playing baseball, indoor track as well. Runs the 4x200 relay. Undecided on what he wants to do at the next level, but says that math is his favorite subject. I had the chance to talk to him earlier this week.
David McFarland's the receiver to the far side. The handoff will go inside, and eventually being brought down was Anderson.
Anderson up the middle. Stopped by 21. Jacob Day, a gain of 2 yards.
Tackle Mason Bach.
Second goal for Batavia at the 5-yard line.
We'll bring up second and goal from the 5. Direct snap to Reinhardt, and Reinhardt's into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Batavia. 5-yard rush for Jesse Reinhardt. Another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. 11 plays, or make that 48 yards on that drive. Julia Petrie on to attempt the extra point in a 12-0 game. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it's good.
Extra point by Julia Petrie is good.
Julia Petrie makes our score 13-0.
13-0.
Good start for Batavia here on William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive. This is CW Rochester. And we're ready for another A+ junk removal kickoff. A+, we want your junk. 13-0. The Illuminating Expression scoring summary on that drive. 48 yards. Illuminating Expressions where light comes to life. Jesse Reinhardt with a 5-yard touchdown run right up the middle to make it 13-0 Batavia. And it's going to be a high kick and short that'll be caught at about the 26, and that'll be number 12 Mason Bach, who's brought down at the 30. We go downstairs to Kevin Roche.
All right, guys, we saw number 40 for Batavia, Julia Petrie. She played JV last year. This is her first varsity season. She's handling special team kickoffs and extra points, and so far, they've been impressed with her performance. She's been a special team star, making 17 of 19 extra point attempts, guys.
Yeah, and Kevin, thank you. She works at it. She has a coach that she works with at the offseason, so it's just great to see more players get involved here in Section 5 football. Petrie responsible for that extra point just now. Kevin McCoy trying to get something going here as he'll hand it off. Actually, that was not McCoy. That's Aiden. A lot of it lent.
Looks like we have a flag on the play. No play.
It's a legal procedure against Palmyra-Macedon, a 5-yard penalty.
All right, so Palmac.
15 at the 25-yard line.
Legal procedure is going to mark him back here with the 5 yards. And that will be Aiden Lanavalent at quarterback here, trying to get something going here. He'll have 4 wide receivers at his disposal, and we're going to get a whistle prior. And it looks like we've got another delay of game. Well, you got the inexperienced quarterback coming in. You got to watch the clock. We do have a play clock that is here in Batavia on the far side. And so this is 10 yards in the opposite direction.
At the 20-yard line.
Lanavu Lent also plays at the safety position for this team. We'll send a man in motion. That'll be Postry. Oh no, and another flag coming down.
Sloppy start for the Palmac offense so far, and a little surprising based on what we know from head coach Jason Miniman. Mentioned earlier how he played Louisville football, class of '96 here at Palmac. After he left the Louisville football program, joined the Marine Corps. So, you know, he's been all about discipline, and all that discipline he learned in the Marine Corps, he taught, you know, what he learned in the Marines makes him a better head football coach. You would think that this offense would be a little bit more disciplined. We also know that head coach is not up, not on the sideline, but rather up in the booth calling the game tonight.
He is indeed. So he is up here in the booth next to us. Now that one was on Batavia, and I apologize, folks. I did not get the call against the Blue Devils. So this is now back to 1st and 15. Is Lanavu Lent. He's rolling to his left. Flag coming down normally in the area holding. As Lanavu Lent chased out of bounds. Let's see if Coach Briggs for Batavia will opt to keep this, assuming it is indeed against the visitors.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Luke Herendine here for a hold. It looks like he got a little bit of a pull and a little bit of a tug in the backfield.
That's holding probably against
Indeed, so they will enforce it. So we're going to go from 1st and 15. And now mark it back all the way to the 15, so it's now 1st and 25.
For the Red Raiders.
Now, Matt, coming into the season, an exciting overtime win over Wilson. We had the opportunity to see Wilson earlier this season on Friday Night Rivals. That was an exciting win for them. And then losses to Wayne, and then 27-8 to Newark last week. Lonneville went out of the shotgun, takes the snap, and he will hand off, and not much there. I think we learned the defending champs HFL from last week's game, Mike Danger, if they are going to be a tough out in Class B.
Yeah, and boy, don't you get the sense that Batavia and HFL might be on a collision course later on this season. Sheldon Siverling there just busting through the offensive line and breaking into the backfield for that tackle for loss.
That next home game actually for Batavia is against HFL, and that's going to be in 2 weeks, and that'll be extra special because they will have the 30-year anniversary of the 1991 team that won sectionals. It'll be coming out that night, so that's sure to draw a nice crowd for those two heavyweights here in Class B. Loss of 3 on that play, and Coach Miniman is calling the timeout here at this point, looking at a 2nd down and 28 all the way back to the 12-yard line.
A little surprising to see some of the mental errors that we've seen so far with the Palmac offense, given all we know about head coach Jason Miniman. I wonder how much not having him on the sideline matters, you know, when you're talking about being able to communicate with your team and getting your message across to them.
You know, if it's something they've done all year, I don't necessarily know. As long as they have Coach Miniman has a great staff downstairs, I'm sure it's okay. But this is not the start I'm sure they envisioned here tonight.
Right.
But looking at the opposite side, I mean, Batavia, this is not a surprise. 41-0 over Bishop Kearney, 41-8 over Attica, and then last Friday night, 42-0 over Geneva. They've not won. They've dominated.
Yeah, Batavia's defense is strong. That front 4 is strong. We've seen them in the Palmac backfield so far, you know, almost every play. Very fundamental and well executed football by that Batavia defense.
Palmac using their first time out. Two receivers to the left. And the pass going left, and it goes off of Hostry, incomplete. Aiden Lonneville went with that pass.
Kevin Hostry not able to haul that one in, and maybe to his benefit there, Gene, because I think he probably would have been tackled for a loss on that play had he held on to that football.
To the ball back at the 12-yard line, 3rd down and 28. And another whistle. Line judge coming over, and it'll be a false start.
And it's a procedure penalty against Palmac.
Well, this will be a test of character here, Mike Danger. When things are going wrong, can Palmac get something positive going here? Facing 3rd and very long, they got to get it up to the 40-yard line to get a first down. This is 3rd and 33. As the handoff going in between the tackles. No, it's a keeper, and it'll be across the 10, across the 15. Up to about the 16-yard line goes Lonneville Lent, getting some of the penalty yardage back, and the Batavia defense, in the end, will hold to get the ball back. Marucci with the tackle for the Blue Devils.
Back to 6 instead of 3. Sorry, Patrick, I'm looking at you guys. It looks good now. It looks all right, right?
Here comes the end over end kick, and it'll be at the 46, up to the 40, the 30, and Batavia. Excellent field position to start once more here. Already up 13-0 as we are in the first.
Yeah, probably the one thing you did not want to have to give the Blue Devils here, a short field to work with when they're already up 13-0 here, still in the first quarter.
Taking a look around Vendetta Stadium here, I think half the town of Batavia is at the game here tonight. It's fantastic.
It's an unbelievable atmosphere, Gene. When you pulled up to the stadium and you saw the lights from a distance, you saw the traffic around the stadium, and a lot of smiling faces here in Batavia tonight with this Blue Devils team on the field.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and we have a touchdown pass and a touchdown throw for Reinhardt already in this game, and the handoff will go to the far side.
That's number 9, Cam McClintock on the carry, but a penalty flag.
And a flag is down here, though. It'll be against the Blue Devils.
Against Batavia. 10-yard penalty to move the ball to the 36-yard line. First and 20 for your Blue Devils.
Let's see if we can get a streak of plays going where we don't have a flag on the field.
That would be nice.
It's the challenge for tonight's game.
We could do one better. How about no more flags?
That would be good.
Yeah. Clock starts back up here in the first. Arroyo and Reinhardt with the touchdown so far for the home team as Reinhardt takes the snap and he's going to throw the screen pass to the near side. Stiff arm, one man, but in the end, getting knocked out of bounds. Good swarming defense there by Palmyra-Macedon to get to McFarland's. Jacob Mayer with the tackle.
That'll be a loss of 1. 2nd and 21 from the 37-yard line.
So not much there on that play. In fact, a loss, so this will be 2nd down and 21 for the Blue Devils. Reinhardt out of the shotgun. Takes the snap and is a design keeper. Reinhardt following that offensive line. Reinhardt getting a lot of yardage, and he'll get it inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line to bring up 3rd and short as we're back inside the Connors and Ferris injury law red zone.
Love the play call by Coach Brennan Briggs, the quarterback draw, and you get to see some of the athleticism of quarterback Jesse Reinhardt here. Strong arm, but we got to see some of that power in the run game as well. He's been spending a lot of time in the weight room. You got to see some of that strength on display with that run.
Cameron McClintock in the huddle, wearing number 9, and he's actually going to be in the backfield here on 3rd and short. And McClintock getting the call. McClintock stiff arming a man. No, he's going to be spun down. That's Jacob Meyer with the tackle, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Jacob Meyer, who told us earlier in the week he hopes to play football at the next level and might get into the military as well, but his favorite subject in school is science. Great linebacker on defense, and you got to see some of that skill on display there with that open field tackle.
And they will mark it for a 1st down. So that play good for another Kangaroo 1st down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo, where we hop to it. This brings us under a minute to go here in the first. Ball at the 16-yard line. As McClintock will remain in at running back. Reinhardt out of the shotgun. Reinhardt takes the snap. Lots of time. Fires. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Batavia. It's now 19-0 late in the first. Another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown, the home improvement company that cares.
This time it's junior Javen McFarland's on the receiving end of the 2nd passing touchdown of the night for quarterback Jesse Reinhardt. Batavia in control. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. A chance to go up 20-0 on the Red Raiders.
4 plays, 26 yards that goes. As Petrie on to attempt the extra point. The snap is down, the rush coming in, and Petrie gets a good leg into that. It's now 20-0. The illuminating expression scoring summary where light comes to life on that drive, Mike Danger. It's just simply, I think, Reinhardt, a design play in that offensive line. They were looking at a 2nd and 21 and gaining 19 on that play with relative ease.
He's big, isn't he? 6'2", 188, the senior quarterback leading this Batavia Blue Devils squad. Had the chance to talk to him earlier this week. Really like this kid. He plays baseball in the spring. A lot of these Batavia Blue Devils also do a lot of track, indoor track in the winter, outdoor track in the spring. And Reinhardt is somebody who does want to play at the next level, maybe major in business when he goes to college.
Palmac here, and I'm not sure if that was a coach's decision with McCoy, but last time out we had the series run by Aiden Lonneville-Lentz, the junior quarterback. McCoy also a junior. Petrie here to kick off. This will take a nice roll for Batavia, and it's going to have to be picked up inside the 15. I can understand what Palmac was thinking on that. Maybe it was going to go out of bounds, and there wasn't much Keegan Hostry could do on that other than pick it up and be tackled. So an excellent kick there by Julia Petrie.
Well, we talk about good teams in Section 5, all 3 phases, Gene, and we're seeing all 3 phases contribute to the success tonight of the Blue Devils. Great design kick there towards the sideline to pin Palmac back inside their own 15 to start this drive.
Yeah, so the ball now at the 13-yard line for the Red Raiders. Are scored 20-0, and we have yet to reach the end of the first quarter. It's McCoy back in at quarterback. And the handoff will go for maybe 2 on the play, and this could bring us to the end of the quarter. Outstanding start here for Batavia. Palmac huddling up, and the teams are about ready to switch sides. It's the first ever televised high school football game here in Batavia. It's an honor to bring this to you tonight. William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive, as we're through 1 quarter of play. Batavia leading 20-0 on CW Rochester.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals here on CW Rochester. Batavia leading 20-0 over Palmac. You know, head coach Jason Miniman took over the Palmac program in the spring, and he came in on day 1 and wanted to change the entire dynamic of the program. Not just the varsity level, but all the way down to the modified level. Well, it's still in the infant stages of this process, as he admitted to us earlier this week. But he wants to develop a strong pipeline so the Red Raiders don't have to rebuild as often. They can just reload, guys.
Yeah, Kevin, and you know who he's using the model was where he came over from, Victor.
Sure.
Victor is just, they bring him up and it's next man up, so get more kids, but Coach Miniman doing the smart thing, knowing that where it starts is at the very young level, as this will be McCoy, and McCoy, not much there. He'll get it up to the 14. Good to see Devin McCoy back in there. By the way, Devin McCoy, great to talk to him leading up to this week. Although I got to kind of convince him to change his hockey.
No, I think you're okay. And we found out that Devin McCoy is a goalie, plays hockey in the winter, whereas a lot of his teammates might play basketball or run track, does some lacrosse in the spring, but we found out his favorite NHL team. He's got some taste. He likes the Chicago Blackhawks, Gene.
His 2 favorite goalies, Crawford for the Hawks and also Tuukka Rask.
Yeah, I like this Devin McCoy. I like somebody who steps up and says, you know what, I want that role. Let me help out in the program, and I'll play quarterback. this season.
So the punt coming up, and here comes the rush, and we get movement before the flag coming down from the far side. There goes my wish for no more flags. So Batavia getting a little anxious there, but that's not going to, the 5 yards is not going to be good enough there for a Palmac first down. Instead, it'll just be a punt. Hostry will be at his own 8. Gets a good snap, and he's going to get off a low punt that he's going to angle to the near side. That's going to be brought back on the run. It's Arroyo, and Arroyo is able to sidestep one man and get it inside the 25 and down to about the 23-yard line. Boy, for Batavia, they don't have to do much work if they're getting field position like this.
Yeah, the stat sheet might not look as robust as what you would normally see with the Batavia offense, but they've had this short field working for them all night long. The Red Raiders not doing very well in terms of playing the field position battle.
Yeah, stay tuned for the Empire Tractor of Batavia. We're going to help you grow halftime report, where we'll have this week's MVP healthcare, health insurance built around me, Scholar athletes. We'll also talk to some representatives from Batavia and have some highlights and more that is coming up at the half. Understand also we'll have some music out here too tonight. Friday Night Rivals is all about. Big hole and toward the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown Batavia. It's now 26-0 as the handoff going to number 11, Jamison Richardson. Richardson, boy, you get great look at this blocking.
Untouched, really. I mean, virtually untouched all the way through. And just an unbelievable job by the offensive line there to spring Jamison Richardson before the 23-yard touchdown scamper.
Anderson, Richardson, Arroyo, McFarland's. A lot of talent here on the offensive side of the ball. And, of course, Reinhardt tonight involved all 3 touchdowns on the other end. 26-0, and here's Petrie for her 4th attempt tonight. And she gets it up and is good. By the way, that was another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown, the home improvement company that cares. It's Willie Matar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester. 27-0 here, Batavia, and we haven't even gotten a couple minutes gone by here in the second quarter. This is another A+ junk removal kickoff. A+, we want your junk. As Petrie puts it high, and that will be caught, and that swarming Blue Devil special teams unit doesn't allow much of a return, maybe a few yards on the return up to the 35.
Yeah, again, all 3 phases so far tonight for the Batavia Blue Devils. Absolutely dominant offense, of course, playing on a short field, but executing and scoring a lot of points, while their defense just living rent-free in the Red Raiders backfield all night tonight, and special teams as well.
For this Batavia team, if they go on this path, learn this week that the Class B final will be at Pittsburgh Summerlin coming up on November 13th. But see, the players can't talk about things like that, but we can talk, of course, on the broadcast.
I'm sure there are plenty of fans here in the stands thinking the same thing, Jim.
And perhaps watching this back here. As McCoy will be out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he'll hand off between the tackles. And again, that defensive line. Kozalewski, Abel Hammer, Austin Fernandez, and Sava. Mike Danger, is there a better football name in Section 5 than Abel Hammer?
Abel Hammer, it might be the best football name in the country. Okay, go beyond Section 5. Abel Hammer is just a phenomenal football name. That kid has a future if he wants it in football. He's a tough SOB, according to head coach Brennan Briggs.
Tough kid who has 5 sisters. Second down and 9. as McCoy, and he's going to hand it off to his fullback. That'll be the big man, Ivan Reynolds Diaz, who we had a chance to talk to. And he's still thinking about what he wants to do for a career, but says he wouldn't mind being a private investigator.
Yeah, very interesting to hear him say that. And we kind of asked Coach Jason Miniman who he thinks Ivan Reynolds Diaz comps most to, and he says on defense, he's like a little Troy Polamalu out there, all over it. Sees the entire field, attacks the ball. Got to see him on the offensive side of the ball there, toting the rock a little bit too.
He did make a really nice tackle on the first play Batavia ran, and Coach Briggs, was that a Batavia timeout? No, it was a Palmac timeout. So it stops the clock with 8:42 remaining here.
And once again, Batavia High is asking that you please place all your trash in the trash receptacle.
Our score, 27-0, Batavia leading with the timeout. This is CW Rochester Limitar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive.
91 yards on 4.
Well, listen, you're talking to two radio guys, so this is what we might drift into Buffalo Bills talk by the fourth quarter. Our director tonight, Patrick, and the whole team here, Scotty, helping man to command, and Steve Sinosol, who has been here 50 years covering sports. Just seems like that. 38. Wow.
Why do you got to insult him? 50 years. 50 years. What are you saying?
I'm just saying. Everybody knows Steve. Palmac handing it off, and that will be Reynolds Diaz. And that is the biggest gain of the evening so far. And that was going to bring up 4th and short. And if you're Jason Miniman, go for it. It's 4th and 1. You're down.
You've given them a shorter field than what you would give them here if you don't convert. I feel like the refs might be keeping their flags in their pockets here for a little bit at least. It looks like Palmac got away with a little bit of a jump, trying to get as much of an advantage as they can over that powerful Batavia defensive line.
So Reynolds Diaz will be the fullback. He's lined up here in the tailback position, and we get everybody on Batavia. So I'm pretty certain that's going to be against the home team. And indeed, it'll be offside. So it's a Palmac first down. Play good for a Tracy Dorr company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr. Get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. These Batavia students, I love it when they don't sit down. You got to stand with your team the whole time here. Kind of a party atmosphere here in a stadium that was opened back in 2019. McCoy, it's going to be design keeper and McCoy, and that is just a great play by the Batavia defense to blow that up. Let's point out Danny Seva. Doesn't get credit with the tackle, but was able to shed his block and slow up McCoy. That's going to be a loss of 1.
Yeah, and it felt like McCoy had an option there and decided to pull it down and try to gain some yardage around the outside. You see the pitch wasn't there. Maybe a little miscommunication with Reynolds Diaz. But Batavia, as they've been most of tonight, in the backfield quickly stopped that play for a loss.
2nd down and 11. As McCoy out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, and the handoff is going to go inside. That's going to be to the big man, Ethan Healy. So that's a different name and number we're calling here.
A little bit of size.
Yeah, listed as a defensive tackle at 6'0", 185. Goes for a gain of 1.
Well, there looks to be a bit of a size disadvantage here when you look at Batavia's roster versus Palmac. Palmac certainly an athletic bunch, but maybe looking to get a little bit of an advantage here by putting up some of their size in the run game as well, with Ethan Healy in the backfield.
Matt Darduini will be one of the 2 receivers. Now Reynolds Diaz going into motion as well. This is 3rd down and 9, and the design keeper to McCoy, he lowers his shoulder, and for the first time tonight, Palmyra-Macedon getting into Batavia territory to the 49. And, well, we have a flag, and this is well after the play. It's going to be unsportsmanlike against Batavia. Well, those are the sort of plays. You stop the drive, Mike Danger.
Yeah.
And now you give them an automatic first down.
A lot of intensity on this Batavia defense. It was something that head coach, Palmyra head coach Jason Miniman mentioned to us earlier this week. He understands and respects that front four Batavia defense. They play with a high level of intensity, and sometimes that emotion can spill over and make a mistake. Costly penalty that extends the drive for the Red Raiders.
Play was good for another. Tracy Dorr company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr. Get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. Spectacular fall evening here in Batavia. Upper 50s. Very crisp as Reynolds Diaz will get the handoff, and he's able to turn that left corner. Reynolds Diaz, that motor going all the way down to the 30-yard line. Make it the 29. We'll call that a gain of 7.
Reynolds Diaz showing off a little bit of that speed. He runs indoor and outdoor tracks, so he'll run indoor in the winter, outdoor in the spring. And yeah, getting right to the outside there for a nice little gain for the Red Raiders. He's been a bright spot for this Red Raiders team tonight. Good performance tonight by Reynolds Diaz.
So this is the deepest that Palmyra-Macedon has gotten into Batavia territory here, is the handoff going to Reynolds Diaz, and he is going to not get anything this time. No gain on the play. As Matthew McQuetty bumping out on the tackle.
3rd and 4 from the 30.
So it'll be 3rd down and 4. Long huddle here. Play clock. They've yet to count it down here. And now we're under 10 seconds to go here on the play clock. As McCoy, 5 down lineman, as the handoff will go to Reynolds Diaz, and Reynolds Diaz following the right side of his line. He's going to get the first down. So the 2 previous first downs coming by way of penalty. A 6-yard gain, good enough for another Tracy Dorr company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family.
Fans, as I mentioned, it is homecoming week. Stick around for halftime. We have a performance by the Batavia Varsity Rock Band, Color Guard Dance Team.
And so the ball now at the 24. Very least it gives the Palmac defense a chance to catch their breath.
Results of this year's Spirit Stick. So stick around for halftime here.
Dylan LaBarge, the tight end, now lining up at the right side of the line as the handoff going Reynolds Diaz, and he is going to be hogtied and spun down, a loss on the play. And with that tackle, that's Batavia getting a good play. Thought I had all the number changes here tonight. I knew there was some, but 51, I don't have a 51. So
no, I believe that was McQuetty with the with the tackle there. 5'7", 208-pound junior for this Batavia Blue Devil defense in the backfield, making a play for a loss.
Lost 3 on the play. McCoy out of the shotgun. 2 receivers. And and this is going to go against a procedure penalty going against. Well, and we talked to Jason Miniman. What do you got to do on offense? Drive killers. You're moving the ball, and maybe you just had a first down play that got blown up, but these are the types of penalties that turn into drive killers.
Yeah, he told us that he believes in the athletes that he has on the offensive side of the ball, and we've seen some glimpses of them. They've had some nice plays, but ultimately they need to play more disciplined football, and these penalties are killer when you've got to drive with some and trying to gain some momentum here in a game that's kind of gotten out of hand early.
2nd down and 18. McCoy takes the snap. He's under pressure. McCoy rolling to his right, and he's going to have to take off. Has no choice to. And boy, he comes back to the near side. McCoy breaking a tackle. How about that run by Devin McCoy.
Gene, that was a broken play. That was all Devin McCoy. If you get a chance to see this again here, Reynolds Diaz looked like he was expecting the handoff on the other side of McCoy. As you can see here, he's not there. McCoy improvising and just making a play with his feet.
Oh, everybody getting sucked in there for Batavia. Discipline. This is going to bring us down under 2 minutes to go here before halftime, before the ball is snapped. Stack receivers to the right. McCoy out of the shotgun. McCoy keeping it himself, and he'll get forward. And he needed just a few to get the first down. I think he's just going to be shy. By the way, we are back inside the Connors and Ferris injury law red zone. And actually, it's the first time for Palmac inside the red zone. And we get a whistle here. Timeout on the play to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Batavia calling, I believe that's their first timeout of the half.
Well, coming up, we'll have the Empire Tractor of Batavia. We're here to help you grow halftime report. We'll have this week's MVP Healthcare, health insurance built around me, scholar athletes, participating school administrators, and of course highlights, not just from here, but from around the country. Highlights coming up. The Empire Tractor of Batavia, we're here to help you grow halftime report. Oh, look at that. Steve Sinuso, one of our producers tonight. We got the tractor out here. Maybe we can get a shot of that here tonight. I think we should actually kind of test drive one of those. What do you think? From Empire Tractor.
Yeah, take it, you know, little ride from the field to where we ended up parking.
It would be perfect.
Parking at a premium here at Vendetta Stadium tonight.
We have a timeout that's called by now Palmac, and they are out of timeouts. 4th down and 1 coming up.
You know, I like this drive for Palmac. It shows a lot of character. You know, it could be very easy to just kind of throw your hands up in the air and say it's 27-0 in the first half. But we've seen some good plays on this drive. A lot of gritty running from Ivan Reynolds Diaz, and also Devin McCoy making some plays with his feet as well.
Well, during the 4th quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the attorney William Attar Player of the Game. Stick around, of course, too early to tell on that, but certainly a great start here for the home team tonight. The William Attar Player of the Game coming up immediately following the conclusion.
You said it's early. I mean, you just mentioned that Jesse Reinhardt, Batavia Blue Devils quarterback, accounting for 3 touchdowns, 91 yards passing tonight on only 4 attempts, Gene.
That's efficiency. This is 4th down. Reynolds Diaz going into motion. He's going to get the handoff on the end around. He gets cut down. And he's going to be short of the play. Short of the marker.
Looks like Caden Marucci on the tackle there, coming up from the linebacker spot for this Blue Devil defense, reading that play all the way and making the tackle for a loss, ending that drive for Palmac.
For Palmac, so close to getting some points here. Look at Marucci.
Great ankle tackle, good technique, pulling him down short of the line to gain.
Now for Palmyra-Macedon, can they just get to halftime here, not allow anything more? Maybe not. Big run, left side, 45, 50, and spun out of bounds all the way down inside of Palmac territory to their 46-yard line. My goodness, that is going to go for a gain of 40. And a timeout. We do have a flag, though, on the play. And it's all coming back.
Unfortunate.
Well, what's the story of the first half? Is it the dominance by Batavia here, or is it the flags? Or both, maybe.
I mean, both teams have been guilty of some mental mistakes and mental errors with the offsides call. You see a little bit of a hold here to spring this long run, and yeah, you see a defender get twisted around like that. Pretty easy call for the refs. A little jersey tug there at the end of the drive, at the end of the run too.
First and 10 at the 30 as the snap, and now rolling to the near side and has the flat going, and it's going to be good enough for the first down. That's Arroyo, and Arroyo finally post street coming over the free safety to make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way down to the 45-yard line. A Batavia first down, a Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family.
All right, so we're starting to see Jesse Reinhardt airing it out a little bit here to the flat. And once again, it's Arroyo, who had a touchdown reception earlier this half, making the play.
And across the 40 and down to about the 38-yard line. As Aiden Anderson, Jacob Day coming over to make the tackle after the 7-yard gain. Now Batavia in a little bit of hurry up. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. As Reinhardt takes the snap. Little play action. Reinhardt could keep it himself and sidesteps one man, but in the end, good hustle by the Palmac defense as everybody gets over there, and that's going to be a timeout spent by Batavia. So 1 timeout remaining, stopping the clock here with 37 seconds remaining.
I'll give Palmac's Jacob Meyer a little bit of credit on that play because he got juked out of his shoes, but he stayed with it to make the tackle of Reinhardt there, who opted to keep on that option play.
You asked a question earlier, or you pointed out the fact that, hey, Palmac, they are still playing hard, and I think one of the lessons here from the last year and a half, don't take any of this for granted. We didn't have football this time last year, and I'm sure everybody knows that in the back of their mind.
And with Palmac, I mean, you know, admittedly, they're a young program, and they're trying to rebuild something. Head coach Jason Miniman spent time with us here in his 2nd season with Palmac, talking about how they're building the program from the ground up, starting at that youth level through varsity, and developing a quarterback and receiver at the younger end of the pipeline to try and build something special here for this program down the road.
Carter McFarland's number 24 coming out onto the field here, out of the timeout. Anderson will also be in the backfield. So McFarland's will be in the slot to the far side. Anderson remains the tailback on 3rd down and 1. Batavia up big here late in the first half. The snap, and Anderson and flag coming down from the far end. This would go for 1st down and more, but what is the call? Flag is on the far numbers at the 30. And by the body language of Batavia, it'll be against them. That's interesting. When Kevin Roach talked about this earlier in the broadcast, how head coach Brendan Briggs wants his team. What is the challenge for his team? To stay mentally sharp. Well, there's going to be plenty of plays like this that his team can kind of review and get better on. 3rd down 5. 3 wide receivers. Reinhardt, lots of time. Reinhardt, he's going to air it out. Wants a man end zone.
Wow.
It's another touchdown for Batavia. 36 yards. Reinhardt accounting for 4 touchdowns tonight. 5 plays, 84 yards. That's Javen McFarland getting in on the party here. Number 1 makes it 33-0.
Pretty good first half for Jesse Reinhardt. That's his 3rd passing touchdown. Go with the touchdown on the ground as well. And for Javen McFarland, the 6'1", 135-pound junior, his 2nd touchdown reception tonight. Just a beautiful play, beautiful pass by Reinhardt.
Can Petrie make it 4 of 5? And that kick has the distance. And Petrie making our score 34-0. And the home crowd loving it here. And kind of like Josh Allen with the Bills, I thought at some points last year, where did the franchise set the record for most players with a touchdown? Well, you know, he had to get Javen McFarland. He had to feed him here the ball this time. So Arroyo, you've got Aiden Anderson, you've got Richardson, you got everybody kind of in on the party here tonight. for Batavia.
Yeah, and there's another Richardson on the roster whose name we haven't called him, Mackay Pask Richardson, the 5'8" junior at wide receiver. Cooper Fix we might be calling here in the second half. Lots of playmakers here. It's a dynamic and athletic squad for the Blue Devils.
So Petrie to kick this one off. We have 10 seconds remaining before halftime. Thomas Basil, number 34, coming out onto the field. As that will be a kick that's going to be brought up, and that's going to be the tight end, Dylan Labarge, playing on the special teams. He'll get it out of bounds. So they get the ball here for maybe one play. By the way, that was another A+ junk removal kickoff. A+, we want your junk. And the touchdown brought to you by American Custom Exteriors and Interiors, the home improvement company that cares. Parker Kleinbach coming out here as he will rotate in on the defensive line. Mack will opt to talk this over as McCoy takes the knee. 34-0. The illuminating expression, scoring summary, illuminating expressions where light comes to life.
What can you say, Gene? All Batavia. Dominant first quarter. Second quarter, you know, another touchdown pass by Reinhardt, who's been spectacular so far this first half.
As we go downstairs to Kevin Roche.
All right, thanks, guys. Here with Brennan Briggs, head coach of Batavia, a 34-point lead at half. We know your offense has been good all season long. What can you say about your defense, only allowing 8 points in 14 quarters and then getting that big fourth down stop late in the second?
Yeah, you know, our defense has been great all year. Our offense is putting the points on the board, but at the end of the day, we said we got to win games 3-0 if we have to do it. We take pride in the defensive side. That's why we called the timeout. We knew we could get a stop 4th and 1, and we wanted to go down and score.
If there's one message at halftime you have for your team, what is it?
Stay humble and be ready to go the rest of the third and fourth quarter.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you in the second half.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Rivals, Batavia in control at the half, guys.
You're watching the Empire Tractor Halftime Report.
Well, welcome back to Friday Night Rivals and the Empire Tractor Halftime Report, where our score, Batavia leading 34-0. Now it's time to introduce you to this week's athletes. Lucia Cardona is a student at Fairport High School and a member of the varsity field hockey team. Also, multi-sport athlete Sam Emerson from Honeoye Falls, Lima. He's a member of the National Honor Society and an active volunteer in the community. Additionally, hats off to Sophie Fulton of Batavia High School. She scores in the top 10% of her class academically and participates in tennis and swimming. And congratulations to Jacob Day from the Palmac football team. The Scholar Athlete Program recognizes students who achieve both on and off the field. At the end of the season, one winner will be selected to receive a $5,000 scholarship to the school of their choice. We're grateful for the MVP Healthcare for the generous support of the Scholar Athlete Program. We're so glad you're with us here tonight. Our score at the half, 34-0. Batavia up here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching the Empire Tractor Halftime Report.
Back here on Friday Night Rivals in Batavia, and the hometown Blue Devils in control, up 34-0 over Palmac. Joined now by Batavia High School Principal Paul Kessler. Thanks so much for joining us and having us here at Vendetta Stadium.
Thanks so much for coming out. We're so excited to have you here.
What can you say about this atmosphere? We were talking off camera how great it is to have all these people, especially on homecoming.
Well, our crowd is huge, coming off of last year, having all the kids together. We're just super excited, and you know, as you can see tonight, our kids are having a great time, and we're just enjoying our time together.
It is homecoming. You have a pitchfork. Tell us about that.
This is the spirit stick, and this is what all the classes want to win. So we have homecoming events all week long, culminating with today. So we have competitions, we have dress-up days, we have murals, and they accumulate points, and they're excited to find out the winner of the spirit stick tonight.
Awesome, and that comes up in the fourth quarter?
That's going to come right at the end of halftime, so they're awaiting that.
Excellent. Well, there's tremendous tradition here with the football program. A couple of weeks you'll honor the 1991 state championship team. You play at this beautiful facility. What makes Batavia special?
Well, one of the things that makes it special is some of the students that were on that 91 team are part of our coaching staff now. They remain here. They're in our crowd tonight. And so the tradition is really important to us. And we just really, really value the community and the support that they give to our school.
This stadium only 2 years old, built on the old stadium. You guys started playing football here, I believe, in the 20s, the late 20s, almost 93 years ago. The varsity blue and white team played here on September 29th, 1928. And here we are tonight. I mean, how great is the tradition of football?
Yeah, well, I wasn't at that game, but I'm excited to be here tonight. It was exciting as we even planned for this, that we could keep the same site to keep that tradition together, but update it so that we could increase the number of people that can be here and just have a facility that we can use all year long.
Well, it's a tremendous facility. If you have a chance to get out here, you'll be treated to one of the best in Section 5, maybe in all of New York State. Paul, we want to present you with a $500 check from William Matar for however you see fit to use it with your school district and all the wonderful improvements you're doing here at Batavia.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I know our kids are going to appreciate it. We're going to make sure we pass this along to make sure that we can provide more student events for our students. So thank you so much. Thank you to Louis Matar as well on that.
Best of luck to you the rest of the way and the rest of the season with the Batavia football team and all your athletic programs at the high school.
All right, well, thank you so much, and thanks for coming out and supporting our kids.
Absolutely. Here we are at halftime. That's the principal of Batavia High School, Paul Kessler. It's 34-0 Blue Devils at the half. You're watching Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
Trying to do a bubble screen. Interception by the Warriors. They're going to try to take it all the way back. Sept Hampton into the end zone. The defense put 6 on the board.
Shotgun snap. Drop. Picked up. Good job by Riggs picking it up. Throws left. Has one-on-one coverage and a catch. What a catch made that time.
Great catch.
Under pressure. Dumps it off or tried to dump it off to the tailback. Incomplete, but we do have a flag on the play. Now, was this a lateral or was this an incomplete pass? As Bennett picks it up and rumbles into the end zone.
It was a short kick, though. Here's a bad snap once again. He gets the ball away, and everybody's going to clear away, but except for Elijah Ray. Ray's going to pick it up. He's going to go down and into the end zone for a touchdown.
The screen, it's intercepted. Taken out of the air, the lineman screen, he rumbles into the end zone.
Steve going outside. They're going to have to punt the ball away. It's blocked. It's blocked. He can't get his feet in. That's a touchdown.
Swain strung out, not going to get it. Evan McCracken.
We'll throw it out in the flat to Marsh. Look out. Marsh breaks another tackle, dancing to the 3, spins to the 2. Touchdown! New Braunfels!
Back here at Vendetta Stadium on the sideline with Palmac head coach Jason Miniman. Coach, how'd that first half get away from you?
Yeah, they got a good football team, and they made good adjustments on some of the stuff that we were doing. And, it's nothing different than when we repped all week. They just executed at a really high level. So, we just told the kids one play at a time. We're not really paying attention too much to the scoreboard. And they're trying to win one play at a time and see what happens second half.
What do you want to see in that second half from your group?
just more disciplined football. There's a lot of confusion getting the plays in. They were running down the game clock pretty quick. And, they just got to be they got to settle in a little bit, which I think they will in the second half, and just come out and play disciplined football.
You told us earlier this week it would be a learning process. This is part of it, isn't it?
That's part of it. Young program. So, yeah, they're working hard. They're doing everything we're asking them to. And we just, keep building little by little. So.
Excellent. Well, best of luck to you in the second half. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Jason Miniman, the head coach at Palmac. Guys, back to you.
It's a blast here, Xavier. They're having so much fun here at Batavia tonight.
I'd be having fun if my team was up 34-0 at half as well.
Sweet Caroline, the students jumping up and down. I think we were afraid the press box was going to tip backwards here.
Let me also point out, was that Bon Jovi that performed at halftime, or was that the Batavia Varsity Rock Band performing at halftime? Because that was a treat as well. They're having a lot of fun here in Batavia underneath the Friday night lights for Friday Night Rivals.
Well, this happens every so often where the teams line up on the opposite sides. No, we're going to kick off to this end zone. So it's another A+ junk removal kickoff. A+, we want your junk. Jesse Reinhardt just spreading the ball all over the place tonight.
I wonder if you stay with Reinhardt in the second half. I couldn't help but notice Javen McFarland's taking some snaps on the sideline and warming up a little bit here for Batavia.
As that kickoff is going to go all the way back to the end zone for a touchback.
You got fireworks.
You got fireworks. I don't know if that's on school property. I think that's we are against some homes here. Right by the main drag here as you enter the great city of Batavia.
It is a fantastic atmosphere here tonight. You could feel the electricity, though, as you were walking up to the stadium. Couldn't you, Gene? I mean, they've been waiting for this. This is homecoming. The team has been dominant the first 3 weeks of the Section 5 season.
Well, this is a team that thinks that they can, unseat HFL. And that is going to be in 2 weeks here. But for now, going back to offense, here's Palmyra-Macedon, and they're going to go back to quarterback Aiden Lonaville-Lent here to begin this drive. And Lonaville-Lent gets a swing pass, and then a flag comes down. I should have kept track of the penalties in the first half. All I can tell you was there were just way too many.
Yeah, this officiating crew has been, let's just say they've been calling it tight all night tonight.
Well, in a game like this, 34-0, maybe we did not call everything.
We could loosen it up a little bit, I would think.
And the penalty is going to go against Batavia. And that's going to be the automatic first down. 15-yard personal foul.
That Batavia defense, we've been talking about it a lot. They play with a lot of intensity. And it was something that Palmac knew they had to match offensively. We've yet to see it completely. One decent drive for Palmac late in the first half.
Play was good for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it. We have 3 first downs tonight by Palmac by way of Batavia penalties. And you heard Kevin Roche talk to head coach Brendan Briggs there at the half, and Briggs' message, stay humble here. Gain of 3 on the play to bring up second down and 7.
Well, I think one thing that is certain here in the second half out of a Jason Miniman and coach team, you'll see Palmac play with a lot of character here down the stretch, and no quit in this Red Raiders team.
Reynolds Diaz will line up at the tight end position here on second down. As the handoff, and lowering the shoulder is Day. And he'll get it across the 40 and up to about the 42. Makes it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5. So Mayer coming off of the field. Lonaville-Lent will operate out of the shotgun. He's got 2 wide receivers. The one running back, two tight ends. The snap and the handoff, and that Batavia defensive line, Abel Hammer and others, is not giving up any room. And it'll bring up fourth down. So Batavia, they do give up the one first down by way of the penalty, and they're going to get the ball back here. Oh, and a penalty flag coming down late again.
Jesse Reinhardt taking the field, a quarterback for the Batavia Blue Devils here to start the second half. Not a bad first half, Gene. Let me give you his individual stats. Passing, 6 for 6, 3 touchdowns, 157 yards. I would say that's an efficient evening at quarterback for the 6'2", 188-pound senior quarterback for the Blue Devils.
Well, it's a 15-yard penalty against Palmyra-Macedon. No explanation. We missed it, so... boy, this has been another big storyline, just the fantastic field position, and Reinhardt will now pitch it to the right side. Trying to get around that right quarter will be Anderson. Anderson putting on the brakes, makes a nice cut, and he gets it down to the 9-yard line as we are back inside the Connors, and there is injury law. Red zone, the play good for another Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Aiden Anderson having a nice game tonight. Head coach Brennan Briggs telling us he's a quiet kid, but he gets the job done, buys into what they're trying to do, and spends a lot of his time, a lot of his free time in the gym, getting big, getting more powerful as a tailback for this Blue Devil offense.
Got to go to the full 10 yards here. First and goal from the 10. The shotgun taking the snap and the handoff going to Anderson once again, and Anderson will, he goes 5 yards downfield before he's hit, so a gain of 5 to make it second and goal.
Yeah, the big guys up front really doing a good job of pushing that defensive line of Palmac back pretty much every time that they've had a chance to run the ball. It's a guaranteed 5 yards, 6 yards down the field.
Yeah, let's give that offensive line. Austin Fernandez at left tackle. Matthew McQuetty at left guard. Garrett Schmidt is your center. Parker Klein back at right guard. And Abel Hammer, your right tackle.
Say his name one more time.
Abel Hammer.
Great football name. Great football name, Gene.
Second and goal from the 5. The handoff going once again and walking into the end zone, touchdown. As Anderson will get his second of the night. And that will extend the lead now to 40-0. As Petrie will come out, and that score good for another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares.
Well, once again, as we mentioned, the big guys up front creating gigantic holes for the Blue Devils tailbacks to run through, and virtually untouched. Another touchdown for Anderson. Batavia with a commanding 40-0 lead early in the second half.
Batavia was one man short coming out on the field as they are ready. Petrie. And Julia Petrie now 6 of 7 on the PATs. 41-0. It's William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive here on CW Rochester. Duke high in the sky. Tonight's fantastic Eye in the Sky lift coverage provided by the Duke Company, equipment rental solutions for any size job. As it has been just it's the way to celebrate homecoming tonight here in Batavia.
Yeah, and you get to see that Jamison Richardson touchdown from earlier this evening from that eye in the sky cam. Great atmosphere here in Batavia tonight for Friday night rivals.
Petrie gets the end over end kick, and this will be picked up by our fullback, number 44, Reynolds Diaz. And Diaz on the return will bring it across the 35 and, excuse me, the 25, get it out close to the 30. 8:24 remaining here, 41-0, and we're still in the third quarter. And it'll be McCoy coming back out onto the field to lead this. So head coach Jason Miniman rotating his QBs, trying to spark something here tonight. And if you're just logging in or tuning in, Palmac did get it inside the 20. But we turned it over on downs back in the first half. A nice long drive, but nothing to show for it. The handoff, and it's actually going to be Lonaville Lentz taking the snap, and he'll hand off to McCoy. And so McCoy will get a gain of 1.
McCoy's got some wiggle in his game. We saw him improvise a little bit earlier tonight for a big gain. I believe it was the biggest gain of the first half for Palmac, but we haven't seen him at tailback yet tonight until that play right there. It looks like there might have been a little bit of a grab, a little bit of a tug there, but the refs often kind of keep their flags in their pockets for a while, maybe.
Two receivers to the right, and Reynolds Diaz will line up as the fullback here, and McCoy is going to be the tailback. And McCoy, with Reynolds Diaz blocking for him, and Reynolds Diaz tried to hold his block as long as he could, and then getting drilled out of bounds. That's a 15-yard penalty. McCoy. Some judgment, I'm sure the Batavia player would like back on that one, tack on 15.
Well, McCoy has been showing off some of that speed all night tonight. It looked like that was number 6 for Batavia. Cole. Graziopline coming in for the hit.
As the flag is down, is that going to be targeting? It is a personal foul. And that will put Palmac into Batavia territory. And again, 4th time tonight that Palmac has gotten a first down thanks to a Batavia penalty. That played good for another Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it. At the 48, and Palmac huddling up. Jacob Meyer will be one of the 2 receivers to the far side. As the handoff, and
ball came out.
It came out. Yep. Jacob Day lost the handle, but I think he fell on it. It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play.
That's one thing that we haven't had yet tonight. We haven't had any turnovers tonight, Gene.
And that's just it's a handoff there between Lonaville Lent and his running back Day that just didn't get clean. Ball on that Batavia logo right at midfield. Mason Bach, receiver to the far boundary, lined up on the line of scrimmage here. As Batavia with 5 down linemen, and they're not going to give any room to Reynolds Diaz. As Reynolds Diaz will get back those 2 yards to bring up 3rd down and 9.
We had the chance to talk to Jason Miniman earlier this week, Gene, and he told us about the challenge that his squad went through the pandemic. They got in some work last spring. They actually worked out at Salient Stadium downtown Rochester to try and get some additional reps through that canceled fall season in 2020. But they're doing the right thing. He's proud of his program. Lots of time in the weight room after graduating 23 seniors last spring.
23. As the pass, a screen pass, and that is going to be close to the marker, just shy. So Good pass by Lonneville Lent.
Yeah, Jacob Meyer with a nice reception there. Led him pretty nicely there, right towards the first yard marker there. Looks like it's going to be just short. But you see a well-timed pass here by Lonneville Lent. Good hands by Jacob Meyer. Just short of the first down mark.
So can Palmyra-Macedon pick this up? Lonneville Lent will be out of the shotgun. This is 4th down and 1. We get jumping.
It's a gift. It's a gift. I mean, Batavia has looked so dominant tonight, yet we've seen plenty of these mental errors on both sides of the ball from both teams that have been costly in terms of keeping drives alive.
I don't think I've ever seen a game where one team, not even through 3 quarters of play, is giving the other team 5 first downs by way of penalty. So Brennan Briggs, I'm sure somebody will roll the tape back maybe on this and show his players there's a lot of work to be done here. First down, by the way, another first down presented by Kangaroo, Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo, where we hop to it. A loss on this play. So it's 1 step forward, 1 step backward here for Palmyra-Macedon to bring up 2nd and long. Second down and 14, the down and distance.
How about big Gavin Lawless there in the center of that defensive line for the Blue Devils? 5'10", 305-pound junior. Just taking up space, making it real hard for Palmac to get anything going up the middle.
Going into motion will be Ely, the big man. Lonneville Lent. Wow, everybody coming through here. Lonneville Lent is just going to keep it through, and he gets decked up high. Another penalty coming down on Batavia. That's for going contact to the head, I'm sure. In a game where they're calling everything, that is going to get called. Good for another Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Batavia has more first downs for the Palmac offense than the Palmac offense has at this point.
And interesting here, there's a timeout called here by Brennan Briggs here. He wants to settle his team down. Batavia's up 41-0. It's Willie Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester. Well, here's the Illuminating Expressions scoring summary as we are in the 3rd quarter. Illuminating Expressions where light comes to life. As Palmac here. The throw, left side. He has a man open in a diving attempt as Lonneville Lentz leading his man just a little bit to the near side. Incomplete.
Devin McCoy was playing quarterback for a good part of the first half for the Red Raiders on the receiving end of that attempt. And you can see that Lonneville led the nice pass, just got him twisted a little bit. He was turning inside, then turned outside. Landed on his wrong shoulder, not able to come down with completion. That would have been biggest pass completion of the night for the Red Raiders.
Stops the clock with 3:49 remaining here in his 3rd quarter. As Lonneville Lentz takes the snap, he's going to roll to his right. This looks like a busted play. As well, he's going to make the most of it as that pile will move forward, and he'll get it all the way down to the 15. Gain of 6. Now, for Palmac fans that are watching thinking, oh no, well, you know what? You get Geneva next week on Friday. And Geneva's a team that just lost 42-0 to this Batavia team. So,
and Batavia, true to the script, so far every game this year, more than 40 points. Beating Geneva 42-0 last week. Mentioned Class C opponent in Attica, week 2, 41-8, and starting their season with a Week 1 win over BK, Bishop Kearney, the 41-0 final.
As it'll be the big man, Reynolds Diaz, getting the handoff. No gain on the play. It's been a long drive. Again, aided by the penalties here for Batavia. So now a 4th and 4 and a whistle and a timeout called by head coach Jason Miniman from upstairs, calling that timeout as he sends it down to his assistants. Let's talk this over here. 4th down and 4. And the play is just inside the red zone. So we'll point out that we're back inside the Connors and Ferris injury law red zone. And trust me when I tell you, when we go around Section 5, we don't have favorites. We love everybody. That being said, wouldn't you just like to see something positive here for Pal Mac here? Just get something going here on this play.
Yeah, and I'm sure his coaching staff are telling these young men, look, every play is an opportunity to do something special on this field. Don't take any of it for granted because we know how fleeting it can be. And granted, a lot of the positive outcomes of this drive come because of penalties by Batavia. But there are some playmakers on this Palmac offense, this Palmac team. And one thing we know for sure, they're playing with a lot of pride, a lot of determination tonight.
So Kevin Roche telling us the Miniman actually didn't go back up. He stayed down on the field here for this play. So he called it. And we get movement.
That's on the senior, Reynolds Diaz. And he's frustrated with himself. He's been one of the bright spots for this offense. He's been a playmaker. He's been gritty. He's been taking a lot of tough yards and a lot of tough hits.
That'll make it 4th and 9 as the ball goes back to the 20-yard line. Aiden Lonneville-Lent is a junior, and he came in relief here as they moved Devin McCoy all around. So Lonneville-Lent out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, under pressure, throws left side, and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted on the near side, and the tackle made by Thomas Basil. And the Batavia Blue Devils will take over here as this, believe it or not, our first takeaway of the night. And that by Batavia. And all of my notes here, and I know we had number changes, and my apologies to the family of number 8. We'll see if we can get who that was here, as we're seeing some different names and numbers here. Jagger Owens is the person on that. So Jagger getting that done. Steve Sinus pulling us through, buddy. Thank you. As now it'll be Javen McFarland's at quarterback as Batavia. Not too often you see backups coming in the third quarter. It's 41-0 as the pass will go over to the left side.
And what a good opportunity for McFarland's, the 6'1", 135-pound junior who has a couple of receiving touchdowns tonight. Now let's see what he can do behind center. And for head coach Brennan Briggs, maybe get a chance to see what his future might look like next season.
We're under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. As our score at the half was 34-0. And this will bring up 3rd down. Batavia huddling up here. Just an electric offense we saw in that first half. Where we haven't made our decision yet for the William Utah player of the game, but I would think you would have to go with Reinhardt, right, Daniel?
Looks that way so far. He's had a very efficient night, not just passing the ball, but also running it as well for a touchdown.
Talk about a run here. This is going to go the distance. 15, 10, 5. Look around you into the end zone. Touchdown. And a flag, 2 flags coming at the end of this. Should this stand, that would go for 64 yards on the play.
It's Jamison Richardson, his second rushing touchdown of the evening.
So the penalty flags, I'm not sure if that was celebration, perhaps?
Yeah, they'll probably get him for a taunt here at the end. Looks like he slowed up a little bit, but untouched, and just unbelievable blocking and execution by Batavia's offensive line. You see a little bit of the speed here by Richardson, slowing down, and maybe that was the cause of the flag right there.
I don't know. So the touchdown does count. We can't celebrate anymore. Petrie for the extra point. She's been excellent tonight. Spot down, kick is up, and it is good. Julia Petrie making our score 48-0, and we are still in the third quarter here tonight in Batavia.
Just looking down the Batavia roster, and I see a lot of juniors on this team, and we've got great senior leadership. And we talked to the captains of this team earlier this week. We talked to Jesse Reinhardt, Austin Fernandez, Abel Hammer. I mean, you know, to think that they have some depth here with some of these juniors that'll be around next year, coming off of the experiences that they're going to have this year. This is a great program that Batavia has built here.
No doubt about it. It'll be Petrie to kick this one off once again. Get some leg into that, and it's actually going to be touched on the far side. Well, that's Cody Quick. Well, coming up, make sure that we get to the player of the game here tonight. It's going to be brought to you by William Mattar, player of the game. That's immediately following the conclusion of tonight's game. Again, presented by attorney William Mattar.
Lots of options for the Blue Devils when you talk about a player of the game. A couple of receiving touchdowns for Javen McFarland, who's also now playing quarterback here late in the third quarter. Jamison Richardson with a couple of rushing touchdowns, and of course quarterback Jesse Reinhardt. Real efficient night tonight with 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown as well.
First and 10 at the 25. And we have another quarterback in for Palmac. As the handoff will go inside.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see some Rocco Ross.
Rocco Ross, a freshman coming in.
Freshman quarterback, and certainly somebody that they want to see get some reps here in a game that looks a little out of hand for Palmac. Great learning experience for the youngster.
Rocco Ross, a freshman, as you mentioned. Can you imagine a freshman coming in here on Friday Night Rivals?
Yeah. It's a young team, Gene. There's a handful of freshmen playing with these Red Raiders.
And Palmac is just going to take it to the quarter here. In a game where Batavia is going to move on to 4-0. We got 1 quarter left to play here tonight. Batavia 48-0 with the advantage. William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester.
Back here in Batavia, where it is an understatement to say the Blue Devils offense is clicking so far this year. In 15 quarters, they've now outscored opponents 172-8. The head coach told us earlier this week that it's because of his dynamic athletes. They make it all go, and we've seen that here tonight. Quarterback Jesse Reinhardt, strong arm, makes good decisions, thrown for 3 touchdowns here tonight. Their offensive line is big and physical. And that feature back, Aiden Anderson, squatting 315 in the weight room. He's tough to bring down. Guys, these guys are Class B contenders. And boy, that rematch in 2 weeks against HFL, it should be something.
Oh, it's going to be tonight's homecoming, and this is electric here. But if you're a fan of Batavia football, HFL is the team you need to get by here, and that is going to be 2 weeks from tonight, where they celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the sectional team, and it's dropped by Palmac. Landon Dean getting in there. He was the recipient of that target. This will bring up 4th down. 48 points, by the way, the season high for Batavia so far tonight. Spencer Knapp coming off the field on this play.
Looks like we have a Palmac timeout.
Yeah, we have a Palmac timeout. 11:14 remaining. Yeah, tonight's Eye in the Sky lift coverage provided by the Duke Company, equipment rental solutions for any job. As we take another look here, this is the last touchdown run coming right into your living room. This is number 11, Jamison Richardson.
Yeah, 2nd of 2 rushing touchdowns for the Blue Devils tonight. Good view of it there from the Eye in the Sky cam.
There we go. Look at that. The scissors lift. Thank you to the Duke Company for your help on the broadcast here tonight. I can't believe that finally tonight we're at the halfway point of the Section 5 season.
It's fleeting. It goes by fast. And how fortunate are we to have a Section 5 season here in the fall when you can just feel it in the air, right? Spring season was nice, but I'm sure if they could do it over again, like this is where you want to be. This is the time of year that just is synonymous with playing football, Gene.
So it's going to be 4th down, and it looks like we will have, is it going to be a quick kick? It's going to be a kick, actually. Hostry gets a high kick, nice punt, and it'll be fair caught up at the 45-yard line. Cole Grazelplan with a fair catch, and Batavia taking over here in Palmac territory. I'm sure we're going to have some different names and numbers here for Batavia on this drive.
McFarland's in at quarterback once again.
So Javen McFarland out of the shotgun, plays wide receiver normally. Here he gets a rep, and he'll hand off. And spinning forward and getting down to the 40-yard line. Cameron McClintock getting it down to the 41 for a 4-yard gain. McFarland's 6'1", 135 listed. He's a junior. He'll have 3 receivers at his disposal. The snap and the handoff. Little jump step move. Nice cut. And it's going to go inside the 20, inside the 15, and knocked out of bounds goes Cameron McClintock down to the 11-yard line. Good for another American Custom Exteriors Interiors touchdown coming up.
Look at McClintock's little jump step to the outside here. And a great block to spring him free as well.
Play good for another Tracy Door Company first down. Get a Tracy Door, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. As we're back inside the Connors and Ferris Injury Law Red Zone. And we have a player down on the field here, so with the injury timeout, we will step aside. This is Willie Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester. Gotcha. Welcome back here to Friday Night Rivals. Gene Batavia, Mike Danger, Kevin Roche.
Jacob Meyer, the injured player, got up and off the field on his under his own power. Nice young player. He's taking ownership of the slot receiver role for the Red Raiders this season.
As the handoff going toward the end zone and getting in. Good second effort by Cameron McClintock, the junior, putting Batavia up now by a score 54-0. And nope, we'll hold it just for 1 second as the points coming off the board here. Looks like this penalty is going to go against Batavia. It's a holding call. Well, that would have been another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown, the home improvement company that cares.
Let's see if we can spot that hold there. As you can, don't know if I really saw anything on that, Gene, but these refs have been calling a tight game, to say the least, tonight.
Score remains 48-0. McFarland's out of the shotgun, takes the snap, and he's going to throw the pass to the right flat. Yeah, that'll be a short gain. So that'll be 2nd and 21 will be the down and distance. Two receivers and a fullback in here. As Javin McFarland will pitch it to the left side. And trying to get back into the end zone once again was Cameron McClintock. Cameron McClintock inside the 20, and he brings it down to the 18 as once again we go back inside the Connors and Ferris injury law red zone.
First time we've had the chance to call Avian Bethel's name tonight. He was fullback on that play, the 5'9", 190-pound junior for the Blue Devils. Playing lead block on that McClintock rush.
And McClintock, I'm not sure what he left on the field there. Was that his mouthpiece? I'm not sure, but he has the player from Palmac tossed him something. So no safety up high here for Palmac as it'll be the throw toward the end zone and into the end zone, touchdown. And that's another American Exteriors and Interiors touchdown, the home improvement company that cares. Cole Grazelplane with the touchdown, capping off the drive. Mike Danger, it's now 54-0.
5 plays, 45 yards, and we get to see a little bit of the arm of Javin McFarland's there, hitting Cole in the end zone for the touchdown. Cole, just a sophomore. So another young player for this Blue Devils team, getting a lot of experience here, getting a lot of reps tonight as well, making the most of his opportunities.
Julia Petrie, and she has been outstanding tonight. Make it 7 of 8 on the PATs. 7 in a row as our score now 55-0 our score. It's William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester. Well, tonight's attorney, William Matar, player of the game. You can pick many players for this Batavia team. Let's go with the guy who led the offense, Jesse Reinhardt. A touchdown pass.
3 touchdown passes, yeah. Yeah, he was efficient tonight. Really, the deep ball was just a beautiful spiral. Great reception in the end zone. Reinhardt really having his way.
Here, a senior on homecoming night, and Palmac will just catch it and take a knee here. Will be Hostry. Our first trip to Vendetta Stadium. I gotta say, like, we gotta make this an annual trek here on Friday Night Rivals.
Yeah, I mean, the vibe here is remarkable. It's a college-like atmosphere. We saw some tailgating going on before, and lots of enthusiasm and excitement around this program this season. And you can tell these fans have been waiting for this. This is a big season for Batavia. They've been imposing their will through half of this Section 5 season so far.
Yeah, we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, including Empire Tractor of Batavia, for having us out here tonight. For Palmyra-Macedon, let's see if they can get something going as the handoff and a head of steam for a player that's playing right to the end here, Ivan Reynolds-Diaz, and another whistle.
Could be a face mask against the Blue Devils.
So march it off. And this is the unbelievable stat. 7 first downs by way of penalty. Now, Batavia has given the Palmac here tonight.
Something they might want to clean up here in the next couple of weeks. What do you think?
Just maybe. Played good for another Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. Reynolds-Diaz in that pile trying to go left side, going only for a gain of 1.
Yeah, I want to say that was big Ethan Ely moving the pile there. The 6 foot, 185-pound junior plays defensive tackle for the Red Raiders as well. And we still have Rocco Ross, the freshman, in at quarterback for Palmac as well.
Jacob Meyer will be the receiver to the near boundary, and that's good news because he was shaken up on that last drive. Meyer will go into motion. Rocco Ross, and he'll hand off. And getting it up near midfield, they'll spot it into Batavia territory to the 49. So bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 3.
I like Reynolds-Diaz for Palmac. He's been gritty all night long. Tough player, you could tell. He lives up to that comp. His coach calling him a Troy Polamalu on the defensive side of the ball. He's been tough out there tonight.
And a timeout call by Palmyra-Macedon. Comes at 6:57, Jason Miniman, as we will keep it right here. And so we will certainly have our presentation, the trophy presentation coming up here.
There it is. Look at that beauty, Gene. What school wouldn't want to win that, showcase that off proudly in your trophy case?
Next week, I have to do a little research. Thomas and Schrader. I don't know the last time these two Webster schools played each other. Yeah, Thomas is at Schrader, but Schrader just went to Class A1. So when was the last time these two schools played each other in football? Yeah, and then we're going to be at Greece Arcadia against Olympia. Aquinas McQuaid we've got on the docket here, too, from McQuaid. So a lot coming up. But for the last few seasons, Schrader's been in Class AA, and because of classification, they're going to be now playing Thomas. That should be a lot of fun when you get the two schools from Webster playing one another. This will bring up 4th down.
See the Batavia sideline trying to get their crowd re-engaged. Once again, it's a 4th down. Defense looking for a stop here to kind of solidify the shutout.
As Rocco Ross keeping it himself, and Rocco Ross getting the 1st down. Play good for another Tracy Door Company 1st down. Get a Tracy Door, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. That's the freshman, Ross, 1st down, Palmyra-Macedon.
Hey, I want to shout out to tackle Spencer Knapp, the 6'2", 209-pound sophomore who got a pretty good push on that last play as well to help his team get to the 1st down.
1st and 10. Now the question for Batavia, will their defense get him the shutout? Ross has got other ideas here for Palmyra-Macedon as he takes the shotgun snap, and he'll hand off to the big man who does not get back to the line of scrimmage. As Grappenstack making the tackle.
It's our first time calling Blake Grappenstetter's name. 5'10", 109-pound junior fullback for the Red Raiders.
Loss of 1 on the play. Two receivers to the near side. In a game that's this score, we've had only 1 turnover, and here is going to be the pass. It was kind of a lateral, and it's going to go to Reynolds Diaz. In the end, it gets a couple down to the 41.
Well, if there's a positive takeaway from Palmac, I mean, a lot of their players that maybe wouldn't normally get reps are seeing reps tonight, and we're seeing the freshman Rocco Ross on display at quarterback. A little pass out there to Reynolds Diaz for a short game.
Dylan LaBarge is the tight end on the field. I like the Batavia students asking if they could say hello to people here on the broadcast too. I couldn't hear you, but I'm glad that people at home are watching. Here's going to be the throw to the left side, a lot of air, and then, Reynolds Diaz can't come down with it. And it'll bring up 4th down.
And I'm trying to see the number on who broke that up. I want to say it was Aiden Anderson, who we've called a few times tonight.
Yeah, our apologies. As you can tell, the black numbers on the blue jerseys kind of difficult to see. And a couple of years, that's not going to happen anymore in New York State high school football, as there will be the turnover on down. So Ross trying to set up the screen. That screen was set up nicely. And it'll be Batavia taking over.
Yeah, I heard footsteps on that one. Rushed that pass a little bit incomplete. Turnover on downs. Last time Batavia had the ball, Gino, they were still airing it out.
Yes, so I would expect now you just keep it on the ground. McFarland's throwing that touchdown pass.
Well, I imagine that probably does something for his confidence should he be your quarterback of the future. Tonight, this game is in hand, let's face it.
Yeah, let's not throw the ball here. I would agree with you on that. So 5-man front here shown by Palmyra-Macedon. As the handoff and breaking through and getting into Palmac territory. McClintock getting a gain of 12. Good enough for a Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr. You get a whole lot more from the Tracy family.
Another giant hole right in the center. McClintock doesn't get touched until he's a good 10 yards downfield. Grabenstetter with the tackle there, just kind of grabbing Jersey and pulling him down by the sleeve.
Two wide receivers, but you figure you got to keep it on the ground. As McClintock, again, dancing his way, breaking a tackle, and then he's going to be driven back. Thomas Basil making the tackle, but that's going to be close to the marker as they stop it.
Basil with a physical tackle there, the 5'11", 140-pound sophomore for the Red Raiders, finishing that tackle and driving McClintock back a couple of yards.
And we get a hold against Batavia, so this will put the Blue Devils back in their own territory. So Javen McFarland's, and he's going to take time off the clock here. Let's play clock down to 5. Handoff going inside, and the ball right on that big old B with the Blue Devil on it.
We paint a picture here for people that may not see the full view of what we get to see tonight, Gene. A beautiful stadium here, Vendetta Stadium in Batavia. Friday night rivals, and we're under the lights, and we've got a gorgeous moon out in the distance.
Yeah.
Right here in the heart of Batavia. It's been a great night. What an honor and privilege to be here for the first ever television broadcast of a Batavia football game.
We have been lucky with the weather so far, too. Every Friday night has just been nice. And let me knock on something that's wood. That looks like it's going to be nice next Friday night, too, when we go over to Schrader. As, again, that'll be McClintock. And McClintock will get a few on the play. We'll bring up third down. And we're down to 1:45 remaining here tonight. Not quite kneel down time yet. One more first down should do it. As McFarland's rejoins his team in the huddle. And Palmac will not have a safety up high here on this 3rd down and 9 play. Handoff, and McClintock gets that first down, and McClintock inside the 30, and he gets down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 21 for Cameron McClintock.
Xavier Hill saving another touchdown, grabbing McClintock by the back of his jersey and pulling him down. McClintock just being evasive and finding that space. See the shift out to the right. Big hole. And the touchdown saving tackle by Hill.
The play was good for another Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. Our score is 55-0. Make sure we get that right, as it'll be a kneel down at the end. And just in case we weren't aware that Batavia football is good, they're really, really good.
Yeah, they look to be the class of Section B, of Class B rather, from what we've been able to see. And boy, a couple weeks from now, that's a game I want to be at, Gene. HFL Batavia right here. What a treat for these fans.
Kevin Roche will be by. We'll talk to head coach Brennan Briggs coming up here in just a little bit. Our final score 55-0 here tonight from Batavia. It's William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive here on CW Rochester. Batavia now 4-0 on the season following tonight's big victory as we send it downstairs to Kevin Roach. Coach Briggs talking to his team, making sure he gets his message out clearly here, Mike Danger. And there are some things that I'm sure they'll want to clean up, the penalties specifically.
No question about it. But I will say this, with Brendan Briggs in his 10th season here as head coach, a guy who's got ties to this program, two-time sectional champ as a hockey player when he was a student here at Batavia High. He's got to be proud of the program that's been built. I mean, a foundation has been laid. You're seeing senior leadership step up and make plays. This team is physical. This team is fast. They're always around the football. And they're going to be tough to beat in Class B.
So ahead on the schedule for 4-0, Batavia, they go to Dansville coming up next Friday night. And then the big game 2 weeks from tonight, where HFL coming in, the defending champs of Class B. Finally, that'll be Newark Marion, and then a game against Wilson. Now, as far as Palmac 1-3 on the season. They get Geneva next week. And they'll also get Dansville and HFL. So some opportunities here, as they are certainly a young team with brighter days ahead.
Absolutely, and an opportunity tonight to face some adversity, but also to get some of those younger players in for some valuable reps. It's all about growth. It's all about building a foundation in Palmyra-Macedon football, and they've done a good job here. Head coach Jason Miniman in a short amount of time in trying to build that foundation.
So we'll be at Thomas next week. Schrader at Thomas. Coming up as everybody coming on in. It's 7 o'clock next week.
I don't know. Should we give out a trophy tonight, Gene? What do you think?
Maybe. The William Mattar trophy will be handed out shortly here for Friday Night Rivals. And we go downstairs to Kevin.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Here with Coach Briggs and the undefeated Batavia Blue Devils after a 55-0 victory. Congratulations, you're the Week 4 Friday Night Rivals victors.
All right, and Batavia, it's going to be fun to see these guys as the season goes on. We're so glad you watch us here tonight. We'll be in Webster next week for the entire team. For Kevin, for Mike Danger, for Steve Dinosaur, for Patrick back in Austin, and Scotty as well. My name is Gene Battaglia. Thank you for watching William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive here on CW Rochester.